Is Lucid Motors finally a strong buy right now? Okay, guys, so let's talk about Lucid Group. So this stock has absolutely been in accumulation mode. It seems like it's been in it for months. And while, you know, the NASDAQ is at an all-time high, okay, the NASDAQ crossed 15,000 recently this week. It seems like Lucid Motors isn't really doing much, guys, but there's a lot of good bullish news out here, and I think this is a wonderful, wonderful time to accumulate LCID stock. So let's get right into it, guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is that simply, even though the stock really hasn't done much, okay, we had that massive run up back when the stock went all the way to $60. So that's a good sign there, guys. So that's definitely a future reference point that we want to touch in the future, okay? Hitting that big point, hitting that big resistance level, that means the demand's there. So right now the stock's basically sitting at $21. There's not a lot of interest right now, as you can see here at the volume. The volume here, it's basically nothing like it was earlier in the year. Not a lot of interest. There's a lot of other stocks out here are soaring. You've got, of course, support.com. That stock is through the roof. Of course, that's a meme stock. And then, of course, other people are looking at GameStop, AMC. Some other stocks are definitely catching people's eyes. So it looks like a lot of people have lost focus here. But let's talk about some of the updates here. A lot of key bullish news updates I want to catch you guys up on, and why I've been adding to my LCID position quietly. You know, not a lot of people talking about this stock, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is something that came across Reddit. As you can see here, this picture, it says 1 out of 500. So this is a picture. So if you guys can see this better, this is a limited edition car, okay? So you can, I'm gonna link to this thread in the description. You guys go check it out yourself. But it says here Santa Monica, California, and then it has the coordinates, and it says Lucid Dream Edition 1 out of 500. So this reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to like buy baseball cards, or you know, a lot of these cards have kind of been phased out now, but I mean Topps recently ended their deal with baseball cards. But back in the day, you would try to get a card that was a limited edition, right? So it might only be 1,000 produced or 5,000 produced. So right here, the company is putting scarcity on these vehicles. So this is a phenomenal thing to do. I haven't seen any other EV maker do this. This is going to make this car retain its value over the years, okay? There's only 500 of them produced. I believe this is the Lucid Dream Edition Gold. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this. This is the first EV that Lucid is going to drop of the air. They're going to drop their cheaper version of like $70,000 later in the year. But I think this is really interesting, and I like what this company is doing. They're really building luxury, and they're building scarcity into the product. Kind of reminds me of baseball cards or even cryptocurrencies or something like that. In a world where money printing is at an all-time high, it looks like scarcity is the best way to build value, and it's always the best way to build value, guys. So let's talk a little bit about this recent review. So, MotorTrend, guys. MotorTrend, one of the biggest car reviewer websites in the world. They just did a recent review on the Lucid Air Dream Edition. They said it's an absolute mic drop. Why Lucid Motors all-electric first car is absolutely a threat to Tesla and other automakers. Okay, so I'm going to link to this in the description as below, guys. This is their first review with the Lucid Air Dream Edition, 933 horsepower luxury sedan that does 500 miles on a charge. So guys, the review is awesome, okay? This is absolutely gorgeous car, beautifully designed, high performance vehicle that is really going to turn heads out there. And it looks like that this is going to become, you know, obviously there's going to be some luxury car makers like Lamborghini and Ferrari, you know, Mercedes are going to come out with their own EV models in the future. But this looks like now that this is an excellent product. So when we're looking at EV stocks, we're really looking for companies that are going to have excellent products that people are going to like. That's exactly why Tesla became so popular. Customers fell in love with the product and endlessly promoted it, and that's absolutely great free publicity. So you guys can check out this review. I don't want to get into this too much, but glowing things. The person that reviewed this car on MotorTrend said they were absolutely floored by the performance, by the capacity, the range, the horsepower, design, the interior, everything, okay? So the base price for the Dream Edition is going to be $170,000, and then they're going to come out, Lucid's going to come out with a cheaper version of like $70,000. It's going to probably be like the base model. But this is all good things, guys. So like I said, they haven't delivered any cars yet, but everything looks good. Great reviews so far, scarcity built in. So now I want to talk about the recent Rivian IPO, and this is kind of shocking to me, okay, guys? So If we take a look here at Rivian, so take a look at this article I saw on The Verge. It says Rivian files to go public at up to a reported $80 billion valuation. So Rivian is an EV startup backed by Amazon and Ford. I'm going to talk a little about this in a future video, but what stood out to me was the valuation, okay? $80 billion valuation, which is absolutely insane, guys, considering that Lucid Motors, right, is currently at around a market cap of like around 38 to 40 billion dollars. So literally, okay, Rivian is basically going out here and saying, you know, they haven't delivered any vehicles yet. They have a contract with Amazon to deliver like 10,000 vehicles by the end of the decade. But Rivian is basically going out here and saying we're twice as valuable as Lucid Motors. So depending on how you look at this, you can either think that Rivian is twice as valuable or Lucid Motors is at a 50% discount. So this really perked up my ears, and I really got even more interested in the stock than I was before, because now you're basically getting, you can either buy Rivian at $80 billion valuation, or you can buy Lucid Motors at a $40 billion valuation. So what does that mean for the future of Lucid Motors stock? Well, if we take a look at charting and technical analysis, okay, let's just forget about the fundamentals, and then I'm going to get back into them. Fundamentally, as deliveries go with Lucid, the stock is going to go, okay? We saw what happened with Tesla. The more deliveries they produced, the higher the stock price went. The same with NIO. Most of these car makers are going to go like this. More production, more revenue, more potential to increase margins, more net profit, you know, and institutional money piles in, retail piles in, et cetera, et cetera. What we're seeing here is a good sign for Lucid, okay? The stock really hasn't dipped below $17. It's still up 100%. Okay, since the SPAC deal was announced, Lucid Motors is still up 100%. To be up 100% in a company that hasn't delivered a single vehicle or delivered any revenue is a good sign, okay? That's not a bad thing. And I really think that we're going to run. So I think deliveries are expected to start either in September or October. I've been reading lots of different sources. There seems to be some discrepancies out there, but for a general rule, I'm going to say things are going to get going probably in October-ish, September, October. Don't hold me to that, but things are going up. So we're looking at a 38 to 40 billion dollar market cap. Looks like it's at a 50% discount when compared to Rivian. This looks like an excellent entry point. I know that at these levels, a lot of institutional money is coming in. Usually when you see stocks like this flatline for months and months and months, okay, all of this volume here, this is retail, guys. So this is guys like traders like you and me. You know, this was when people were FOMOing into the stock when it was trading under the ticker symbol CCIV. This is all, you know, retail money, retail. This is institutional buying. So, you know, when a stock like this cools off, it's basically institutions piling into the stock. This is a $20 stock right now, okay? If Lucid Motors were to achieve, like, let's say the same market cap as Rivian, because both of them are at the same point where they don't have any deliveries, that means that Lucid Motors is conservatively, I would say they're just as good as a company as Rivian. Okay, Lucid Motors already has 10,000 plus reservations. Amazon has a 10,000 plus reservation deal with Rivian. So I think that conservatively right now we can say that you're getting Lucid Motors at a 50% discount, a safe margin of safety. At these price levels here, you know, Lucid Motors was a $120 billion company. So this is a safe entry point if you guys are thinking of getting into the stock. I'm still holding my shares. I'm in accumulation mode right now. I'm going to be adding more to my position as we lead up into basically Q4, guys. So that's it for this video. I just thought I'd give you guys some updates on what's been going on. I know it's been a little bit boring with this stock. We've seen some other stocks skying high, and it looks like there's some other players. So for you guys out there, I'm still holding this stock. Let me know what you think in the comments. You think Lucid Motors is too expensive? What do you think about this Rivian IPO? It really makes me look differently at LCID stock. So that's it for now, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please smash the subscribe button. The trading stock, this is what I'm using here to look at this stock chart. This is tradingview.com. If you guys are interested in this, I'll post the link in the description below. You guys can sign up for this. And let me know what you guys think. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. You enjoyed my videos. Be sure to uploading more content. A lot of things to talk about with these markets at new highs. So that's it until next time, guys. Take care.